I'm Taylor. I want to talk about the seasonality assumptions on the Get Started sheet. Now, by default, the model is going to create a forecast of a lot of any of the revenue expenses you put on the forecast sheet, and it's basically just going to create you're going to use your assumptions you put around growth rates and calculate a growth rates accordingly. For some businesses, you may have like distinct high seasonality to your businesses. You may want to adjust those rates for certain periods of time. One easy way to kind of do that is to kind of go through your assumptions here and input a change. So maybe, for example, if you're an e-commerce business and you have a really high, November, maybe a really high December, and maybe you have a really weak middle of summer, for example. I try to get this net effect to be 0 because I'm trying to use my assumptions for growth rates to kind of go through and not be. I'm trying to use seasonality to adjust when the growth happens over time. It's not exact, but I try to make sure this doesn't have an undue impact on the total kind of growth, but does more kind of change up and down during these particular kind of calendar months. And so from that, on any of the metrics over here that I kind of choose to use, I can create a growth rate, for example, or I can create a growth in users. Say it's 100 users, starts in month 1, repeats every month. And then I can say creates a percentage change, changes 5% changes every month by 5%. And I can choose to use seasonality. So actually we'll go into the actual kind of months above, and it'll change the actual kind of number here kind of based upon that. So it'll use the seasonality assumptions from them to create more distinct variability around those certain time periods. And you can actually see, I'll flip this to a revenue so we can see that pretty fast. And now on the kind of key report side, I can already see that there's a lot more kind of variability of the revenue from them. Obviously not enough growth to go over time and have it go down, but I can see the creating more dips and kind of curves in the forecast, if it's meaningful for your business, helps create a little more dynamicism or variability to your forecast and kind of thinking about how seasonality impacts your business. If you have questions about this, ask anytime.